Hey, welcome to the 2022 version of the Handy Mountain Breakdown. It looks like the weather is going to cooperate again this year. We've had some pretty good years, and it looks like this year's going to be kind of fit that mold. So looking forward to it. So I've got kind of a plan here for the video, and I started doing this during the COVID year, and it just kind of, I guess it was pretty popular. People seemed to like it, so decided to stick with it. You know, a lot of times when you go to a big cycling event, sometimes there's a lot of people talking, nerves, all that kind of stuff, and so you kind of miss on stuff. So anyways, this is the pre-riders meeting, I guess you'd say. But so I'm going to run through some nuts and bolts, kind of talk about sponsors and some of the stuff that you'll see out on course. And then I guess we'll see you on Saturday morning, if not Friday night, if you're not camping. So basically on Saturday, the ride starts at 11. So we'll have registration set up and ready to roll around 9:30. You know, if you get there earlier than that, that's awesome. Probably won't have registration stuff ready to go. I'll have a good fire going for you. You can just kind of hang out until we're ready to start rolling. But around 9:30, we'll have that open, and we'll get everybody through pretty quickly. It's pretty well organized. Got quite a few volunteers coming out to help with that. So ride starts at 11. The food will be starting to be served at 2, and from what I understand, my kitchen, the food truck's going to be there for a long time. So, you know, if you want to get some food at 2, you'll get a meal ticket in your registration bag, which we'll talk about here in a second. But if you decide you're going to stick around for a while and listen to some music or camp that night, Saturday night, then you know, he'll be around for a long time. And you know, if you're bringing family members or friends or something like that, they're welcome to purchase their food as well. He's going to have quite a bit of extra stuff to sell as well. So and then obviously Thirsty Souls again this year is sponsoring, and so they're going to have beer. He's bringing a couple of different kinds of beer, and again, with registration, we get a little beer ticket. But he'll also be selling beverages as well, and it's good stuff. So you guys are in for a treat. Both of these are pretty awesome. Okay, so tons of sponsors again this year. I think when I tallied it up, it was about $2,500 worth of prizes to give away. So that feels pretty good for a little grassroots kind of event like this. So we've got Wolf Tooth has sent out a bunch of stuff. PNW, Redshift, Cognitive is back again this year. The Big Creek Lodge, which is just down the road from Jessup Mill, they donated a gift card. Ken's Bike Shop sent out some tires and some tubeless sealant, and then Matt from Ken's will be out there running moto support, so you'll see him out there. He's got big bags on the back of his motorcycle, so if you need any kind of assistance out there, just flag him down. He'll be glad to help you. He's an amazing mechanic. Squirt Lube and Shamey Butter are back again this year, so you get little stuff in your registration bag with them. Pit Viper's back again, sending out quite a few pairs of their shades. Hammer Nutrition is doing a lot of the food support for this year. Moose Pack sent out a couple of their awesome handlebar bags, and those things are sweet. I always ride with those now, having a handlebar bag. It's, you know, I'm of the mindset of I would much rather take too much food. So that kind of warrants the having the big burrito roll kind of bag deal up front. Then Orange Seal sent out a handful of prize packs that have t-shirts and sealant and tools and stuff like that in it. And then of course Thirsty Souls Community Brewing bringing out some delicious beer again this year. So the charities for this event are the same as they are every year. The Northern Stokes Food Pantry, they're feeding a lot of families in the northern part of Stokes County during the height of the pandemic. The biggest employer in that part of the county shut down, and so I think they had about 300 employees that lost their jobs. There's not a whole lot out in the northern part of Stokes County and into Patrick County, so you guys will see that on the ride. There's not much out there, and so for 300 people to lose their jobs, that's a lot of families that need some assistance. So they're awesome. Most of the volunteers that are going to be helping out on Saturday are from the food pantry. It's just a great group of people, and their food pantry's located just about 5 minutes from the mill. So they're great to work with. I'm doing something a little bit different this year to help raise even more funds, which I'll talk about in a minute with the raffle. But if you want to bring some non-perishable stuff to contribute as well, awesome. If you want to make a direct donation to them, they'll be collecting money, you know, directly that day. So if you feel compelled, they're an awesome organization, doing a lot for a lot of families that need some help. And then Jessup Mill obviously is a benefactor for this as well. They're they do a lot of educational things, and then it's just kind of a cool cultural site in an area that doesn't have a whole lot of big stuff going on. So to have a kind of a central gathering spot like Jessup Mill is pretty cool. So that they've got a lot of different things. They've got a lot of different irons in the fire, I guess you'd say. And so we use this to help fund them and help their efforts. Registration, like I said, begins at 9:30. It's going to be broken up by last name. You'll see signs up above the big tent that'll tell you which line to join. The bags, you'll get a Silly Pint glass with the Auto Drop logo on it. You'll get some Squirt Lube and some chamois butter products, some Hammer products. There will also be a beer ticket and a food ticket in there. And then there will also be a raffle ticket. Okay. Now, to help raise some more funds for the Northern Stokes Food Pantry, I decided to do like extra raffle tickets. So if you want to buy extra raffle tickets, you can. There'll be 2 for $5 or 5 for $10. And basically what I've done is I've broken up all the prizes into like 9 prize packs, and each one's somewhere between $200 and $300. Each prize pack is about $200 to $300 worth of stuff, gift cards and prizes, stuff like that. And so there'll be a little plastic bin in front of each of the different prize packs, and so you can kind of just decide which one you want to put your tickets into. And obviously you can break it up however you want to. If you want to put one ticket in each one, or if you want to, however you want to do it. So you just kind of pick and choose which one you think you would benefit the most from. And obviously, if you want to bring some extra money for some extra chances to win, that's going to go. All of that will go straight to the Northern Stokes Food Pantry. So that just kind of adds to whatever I'm able to donate from the proceeds from the event. So if you feel compelled, obviously, like I said, you can bring extra donations and stuff like that, but you can also purchase extra raffle tickets that will benefit the food pantry. So I'm going to show you really quickly as far as the parking goes here. I want to pull up a map. There we go. You'd think with teaching for a year and a half on Zoom, I'd be like an expert at this, but just had a little issue there. So anyways, map here of what you're going to come into. Pretty much everyone comes down Collinstown Road from the Asbury Road direction. And so Jessup Mill will be on your left. There's a parking area on your right-hand side, and then there's a larger parking area up here, big kind of grassy field and stuff like that. I'm going to have volunteers that'll be directing you to where to park. If you have a car or something that's low clearance, then I'm going to have them kind of direct you into this area or into the parking lot for the actual mill itself. But if you've got like a 4-wheel drive, an SUV or truck or something like that, I'm going to direct them to have you park up here in this grassy field. You're not going to get stuck. We didn't have anybody get stuck last year or anything like that, but I just would feel a lot better if we had people up here that had 4-wheel drive and had a little bit more clearance, just to make it so that it's much less likely to be an issue. I don't think it's going to be an issue anyways. So it's going to be dry and all that kind of stuff, but it would just make me feel better to have people up here that were parking that were we're not going to get stuck. So in any case, they'll have directions. They'll give you directions as to where to park. Again, they're volunteers from the food pantry, so they'll be out there giving you guidance as to where to park. We're going to try to pack in as much as we can. There's not a ton of parking, which is why I kind of have to limit the size of the event anyways. But if you can carpool, like if you're going with somebody, you're going to be riding with them, you're going to be hanging out with them, that kind of thing, then if you could carpool, that would be awesome, because the more people we get to carpool, the closer everybody gets to park. But it's not like it's a long haul to get from here down to the mill, but even so, when you've ridden 60 miles, extra few feet, it adds up. Okay, and then for the courses, I'll send these out in the email. You've got the 60 miler, you've got some killer views on Handy Mountain as you're descending. This is also a part of the shorter route. And then you've got a great out and back on Kibler Valley Road, which is gravel. You're along the Dan River, some of the upper stretches of the Dan River. and it's glorious. I mean, just beautiful, beautiful territory. The leaves are going to be fantastic. My daughter and I were up there camping last week, and it was gorgeous. I'm sure it'll be just as good this week. So some great stuff on course. There's no issues. There's no construction, nothing to be noted about or anything like that. And then the short course, like I said, you're following the same course as the long course until you get to the bottom of Handy Mountain. The long course, the arrows are blue, so you'll follow the blue arrows. On the short course, you are also following the blue arrows until you get to the bottom of Handy Mountain. Then you'll start to see some red arrows. So on the short course from the bottom of Handy Mountain, you can't miss it. It's a long gravel descent. When you get to the bottom, you'll start to see red arrows. If you're doing the short course, you just follow the red arrows back to the mill. Still have a couple of good sections of gravel after Handy Mountain, but that'll get you back to the mill in about 35 miles, 34 miles. The long route, the blue arrows, you just keep following the blue arrows. Okay, every turn is double marked. Some of them even are triple marked out there on the road. Obviously, it would be wise to have these courses loaded into your GPS so that way you've got this, but they're marked, every turn's marked and everything like that. But I'm always of the mindset of it's better to have more information. So I would, if I were you, go ahead and load these into your GPS so that way you've got it, at least have it in your phone handy, that kind of thing, okay? Again, we'll be out there doing registration stuff at 9:30, ready to roll, and leaving the mill at 11 o'clock. I'll do a rollout on a big, crazy looking e-bike, utility bike kind of thing, and I'll make an announcement when we're just a few minutes ready from the start, and then we'll roll out. And as you get back, you're free to hang out, bring some camping chairs. We'll have some set up and stuff like that, but a good place to sit afterwards and enjoy the music and enjoy the food and grab a frosty beverage and enjoy the time out there. Like I said, food will be served from 2 p.m. until whenever the food slows down. That'll probably be pretty late, so you're welcome to stay as late as you like. Music, I think, is going to start around 4:30, something like that, and we'll be playing music, most of the night, camping, Friday night, Saturday night, all that kind of stuff. So look forward to seeing you guys on Saturday. Rest up, get ready for an awesome day on Saturday.